When the Red Sox Triple-A baseball team made a deal to move to Worcester, the city pledged to build a stadium that would pay for itself. Now, it's been just over 2 years since the Worcester Red Sox played their first game in Polar Park. Only a quarter of the seats were filled that day because of COVID-19 restrictions. But since then, the Sox at Polar Park have become one of the biggest ticket sellers in minor league baseball. But with a price tag of nearly $160 million, more than half of which came from the city itself, is Polar Park actually worth it for Worcester? Financially speaking, the answer is no. That, according to a recent paper by two local economics professors, the authors concluded that the stadium will actually cost Worcester $40 to $60 million over the next 30 years. I'm joined now by the co-author of that study, Robert Bauman, a professor of economics at the College of the Holy Cross. Welcome so much. Thanks for coming. What's your premise here? Why do you think it's going to cost Worcester so much?
Well, what we did is we took the economic model developed by the city's expert. We looked at some of those assumptions, which have to go deep into the future, 30 years. And we thought a couple of them were unrealistic. And so we adjusted the numbers for that based on, using the same model as that original person. And the other big adjustment that we made, which wasn't known at the time, was the increase in the construction cost of the stadium. And so that's how we get numbers between 40 and 60 million.
Robert, were you coming from this from a perspective? I mean, I'm always making the argument that whenever the city or state or taxes are going to be used to build what's basically a private company's home, whether it's a bridge over Route 1 in Foxborough or a soccer stadium that might be at Whitehead Circle, which isn't going to happen in Boston, that we're basically investing in a private company and hoping that we'll get an economic payout from that. Is that the perspective that you were taking, or were you more neutral to look to see what you would find out?
For us, the kind of people that do this work, I think where we get frustrated is the claim that the stadiums will pay for themselves. And we suspect that that's done for political reasons. Not everybody in a city is a fan of a sport, but if you told people that, like, look, we're going to get this and it's not going to cost you anything, then it's very difficult to be against it. And to us, obviously, Polar Park is already here, so we can't do anything about that. But if you look at developments around the country, like, what they claim is that these things will pay for themselves. And so our idea was to look at the impact study that the city commissioned, prior to being built, and basically kind of take it apart and figure out, like, what should the numbers look like? And what we found is that that study was, in our opinion, wildly optimistic about the growth rates over time and the like.
So let's unpack the study just a little bit for folks to understand. Obviously, you took into account, as you mentioned, the construction costs, which were not what were expected. But what about the impact on the city itself? What about the impact of maybe housing prices around the park, parking lots that might pop up, additional business and economic stimulus that might go into folks who are attending these very popular games? How did you calculate that?
Well, there's a lot of winners and losers in this. There's no question about it. Our attitude is that the right geographic area should be the city, because the city is who's paying for it, rather than the neighborhood, where you're going to see the most development around the stadium. And if you've been out to Worcester, it looks a lot different around Polar Park and Kelly Square. There's no question about it. And so, we're sympathetic to the idea of City Council 4 or 5 years ago looking at an area near downtown that they've wanted to develop for a long time. Again, our complaint is that the numbers never added up then, and things honestly just got worse since then. Another kind of problem with these is that the city didn't account for risk. Nobody saw COVID-19 coming, so we don't fault them for that. But the problem is, when the city owns this facility, it maintains the risk for anything that could happen. And in our case, of the last 3 or 4 years, that was COVID-19, that was higher construction costs, that was inflation, that was environmental cleanup under the site.
Do you offer a remedy in your report?
Yes, don't believe economic impact studies before it's built. And, what we tell city officials who have pushed back on this idea is that, we want there to be honesty in this debate, which is it might cost the city some money. there are intangible benefits. I live here in Worcester, and I really like that the team has brought a certain amount of city pride to people that favor the team. You know, people wearing Woo Sox gear, both for the team and I think to be proud of where they're from too. All that stuff is great. It's very difficult to measure. Our attitude is like, let's just be honest about this. Like, this is an investment in perhaps the character of the city. There are lots of risks that are involved. But again, like when these facilities are getting built, like in Worcester, and the discussions were happening in 2019, again, the debate was framed that we could have this work on its own and pay for ourselves. And this is just, in our opinion, the latest in the long line of stadiums that have underdelivered on that promise.
Do you envision where this money might have been spent better? And I mean, obviously there are obvious answers to that. But if we were going to stay in the category of economic development for Worcester, where would you recommend this money get spent?
Well, that's a great question. Honestly, like I would say as a resident of the town, the school district is a huge issue here. Now, the city has made a lot of investments into that, but my opinion is that we're not quite done. In terms of economic development, that's another path that you could go. But usually, like, you know, what's fascinating about studying sports is that it kind of scrambles people's dollars and cents. And so, you know, a business or a factory goes in and the city thinks about jobs and, you know, maybe what that business wants. The team went in here and our city council, in my opinion, didn't do its due diligence of thinking about what the dollars and cents of this could be. You
know, one of the things that I find quite remarkable in Boston is I used to work in the Fenway neighborhood in the 1990s, and it was grim. And now when I go there and I see what's happened to the Fenway neighborhood, and I see how the Red Sox facility itself has expanded using its inventory of for concerts, building out areas where you've got the MGM Concert Hall. And I say, well, why couldn't somebody see this before? Why did it take this long for someone to see this development? Is there still opportunity for the Polar Park to become something more substantial that may generate more income and actually maybe at least catch up and break even with the investment that the city made?
Certainly. I would say a big difference here is the neighborhood already looks different. And another issue that caught everybody off guard was that the development around the stadium, which was intended to pay the bills for it, had to be scaled back because, you know, again, nobody saw the COVID-19 pandemic coming and a lot of plans got scaled back because of it. That's kind of the risk that my city is in right now, if I'm being honest, because it needs the development to happen to pay the bills. It's kind of under-delivered on that promise. The question is, like, are the developers still going to want to do that, you know, going forward? And I'm not sure right now. So,
Robert, almost every statewide elected official, statewide candidate, I should say, that I have interviewed over the past 15 years, whether they're running for governor or state senate, will often talk about how Worcester is going to be the next place. It's going to finally live up to its potential. We're going to connect Worcester and Boston, and people are going to live in Worcester, commute to Boston, and back and forth and back and forth. And there was a lot of hopes and dreams put on this stadium. What's the potential? How do we get Worcester to where everyone hopes that it will be so that it can be more connected to the greater Boston area and vice versa?
That's interesting. I mean, could I offer the point that we're doing fine as we are right now?
Absolutely.
You know, I've lived here for 20 years and I'm from the Midwest. And one of the things I noticed when I moved out here was Worcester kind of has like an inferiority complex is the way I would describe it. And it's those issues that you exactly describe. And so to me, Boston is great. So is Worcester. Does it need to be connected further? I think that's going to be difficult. I mean, the turnpike goes right under our city and it makes it kind of hard to get there. So, you know, for me, it's like, let's just develop what we have here because this really is a great place to live. Are you attending Woo Sox games? Sure. It's a great event, and I would recommend people do the same. Again, this has nothing to do with tearing the stadium down or anything like that. To us, we're on to the next stadium, the next battle. In terms of this public debate, that's not happening here in Massachusetts right now, but it is happening in Las Vegas. It's happening in Oakland. It's happening potentially in Cleveland and a variety of other places that are going to consider building these stadiums at public expense.
Or welfare, as some people might call it, corporate welfare, right? All right, Robert Bauman,
Indeed.
thank you so much. I appreciated reading your article about the situation in Commonwealth Magazine and certainly appreciate your reporting on this. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.